welcome back. It's Ashley Reese here. So before we jump in and start creating ads, one of the really key points to complete and go and look at is your audience. And a lot of the time when I'm working with clients, you will ask them who their ideal target audience is and they say everyone. And everyone is not your audience. You have a specific demographic that your business works with, and you also have the perfect ideal client that you love working with. And so we need to go through this exercise and we really need to look at who our audience is. And this is really important just before we run our Facebook ad campaigns. And there is a tool that Facebook provides which is free. If you click on the top left here and go across, you have in the first column Audience Insights, and when you click on that, this will open. And this is a really great tool. It really gives you some different ideas about where your audience might be. For example, that your competitors, if you are maybe in the financial niche area, then you could possibly target businesses that are like Commonwealth Bank or NAB or Westpac, businesses like that. So we can do a lot of things when it comes to Facebook advertising and our audience. So what we want to be able to do is you want to choose the location that you're going to be targeting. And I'm going to put in just Australia in here. You can narrow this down to state, you can narrow it down to a town, city, whatever you would like. If you're local, then put in that city or that location and see what it brings up. So I put in Australia here, and then we want to choose, is there a specific gender? So, and age. We're going to choose from, I'm going to go around the age of 35 through to, we'll say 60, and we're going to target women. Then we want to look at the different interests, and you can choose, so Facebook has already got options here that you can choose from. You can choose, if we go to food and drink, so we're going to look at grain-free recipes that we've put together, and this is what these ads are going to be generated about. And we really want to consider, okay, like where are people looking, what are the pages they're following, what are their interests? So they're probably into baking and they're into recipes also. And I'm going to choose those two specific interests. Now what we want to do is, before we do that, if we were to leave this opened, it's going to give us a range of our the age that is most popular in this area. So as you can see, we've got 25 is quite high at 30%. If we go all to show men and women, then it's very similar as well. So this says to me that looking at baking and recipes is just not a female's domain as an interest, it's also a man. So we've got 30 and 35, so this may be something we need to consider. So if we change our age to 25, and we probably will include up to 64 because they're quite high up in the percentages. And now we go to page likes, and this is going to give us some ideas of the other pages that these people follow. And as you can see, we've got down here we've got the page likes. So we've got Tasty, and I know that that is a food page that people are following. But there's also another interest, which is Michelle Bridges' 12-week body transformation. So you want to go through and have a look at some different options. You also want to consider some other ideas. So the recipes that we have, they're paleo based. So we're going to put in paleo, and we might choose, let's choose paleo grubs. And what this will do, it will probably bring up some other interests. So we've got Pete Evans, I Quit Sugar, Tasty for ingredients. Okay, so there's some more ideas that we can do. Now what I like to do is either you can create a spreadsheet or you can write these down and start to make a list of the ones that appear. And when we go over to our Facebook ad, then we'll be able to enter these in and we'll be able to take a little bit deeper look into our audience. The other place that is a great way to check out our demographic and maybe where they might be is you might like to go to Google and just search paleo magazines and see what comes up. And it's also going to show you some relevant books, which is the other one I like to go and have a look on is, and others have used this when searching for their demographic, is Amazon Books, and see what is available there, and then go and check them out on Facebook and see how many followers they have and how engaging their page is, because it might be something that you can use with inside your ad. So you can see here we've got Paleo Magazine and they've also got a Facebook page. If I just open up the Paleo Magazine, you'll be able to go and check it out, and they've got over 287,000 people following them. So that's a good sign that this may be a page that we want to use. So that's cool. So we're going to keep that one. We've also, obviously we've got Pete Evans. We've also got the Paleo Diet book here. If we, that's Dr. Loren. So we might like to go and check her or check them out on Facebook as well. We've got a Paleo magazine online too. So there's quite a lot around this topic, which makes it really quite easy. If you are a smaller business and you are in a smaller location, it can make it a little bit hard. But just go and have a look, and you might find some things that would work. We've also got Everyday Paleo is back and announcing Paleo magazine, so we can open up that and just check that out. You also might want to think about some different websites and see if they're available. Also, if they've got Facebook page followers, might be also something else to consider. Okay, and once we've sort of completed our research and we've got a good solid list of about 5 to 20 interests, we want to write those down or put them into a spreadsheet, or even like just, if you've got some sticky notes and you want to stick them on your board or even a window, just take some notes and write them down so that we can refer back to those. Alright, so I'm just going to go and open Airtable, and inside of here I create all my sheets and what I need to create with my Facebook ads. So I'm just going to go and create a new Airtable and start documenting some of these page interests that we've got. So we're just going to go and check out a couple of these other ones. As you can see up in my table, I've just started taking note of a few options. So I've got all my different topics up along here. So competitors, leaders and gurus in this niche, tools and equipment, services, publications, so magazines and books. So we've just found this one called the Paleo Diet. So we're going to just put that into the publication part. And we've got over here large audiences, so these are pages that have a massive audience. So like Paleo Magazine, they've got over 200,000 followers, so we might categorize them as a large audience to target. If we go back to our Facebook page, and I do like to have a look at pages like by this page. Sometimes you'll be able to see this, sometimes you may not, but there might be certain interests on here that you might suit your topic. I know another one that is for leaders and gurus, and that's called Against All Grain. It's quite a lot of recipe, lots of recipe books that we can choose that may fit for our audience. We might like to look at, if we go back to our audience insights, and if we have a look at, if we just start typing in options and see what comes up. So we're kind of looking for sugar-free, dairy-free recipes, as that's what this recipe book is surrounded around. If we put in Chef Pete Evans, and we'll be able to then see if maybe something else fits with inside of that. We've got a lot of 4 ingredients and tasty coming up, so I'm going to put those in as well, and we might just put them in competitors. And 4 ingredients. You might like to, if you go into here, you can actually, if you see something you're not sure about, you can actually right click and open up that Facebook page into a new tab, and then it's going to show you that. Now this is a huge audience. This has a lot of people following it, so it might be too large of an audience, but we'll document it, we'll put it down, and we may not use it on in our ad. We'll just see what happens. But anyway, go and do that. The other small tip that I'll give you is that if you're really struggling to find some things, if you follow certain pages, so we've got Paleo Magazine, but that, say, let's use this as an example. Let's put in pages liked by people who like Paleo Magazine. So this is a search term that you can use inside of Facebook, and we're going to hit search, and what this will do is it'll bring up other relevant pages that people like. So okay, we've got the Paleo Way. We might take that one and put that in here as well. We might use that as it is a membership. So the Paleo Way, it's a program. So you might come up with things that you find in here, and that's a good place to start also. So give that a try. Go and have a bit of a search and have a look around and see what you come up with. Feel free to share those. If you're stuck at all and you're not quite sure, then jump over into the Facebook group and put your question there and see if anyone else might be able to come up with something, or I might have an idea about that and help you out there. Anyway, good luck with that, and I will see you in the next video.